Welcome to Digitally Possible. I am AB and thank you very much for watching this video. In today's video, you and I are going to discuss about what is SEO and why do we need SEO. We'll also very briefly look about keyword research and the various methods you can use for keyword research for SEO. So if you want to know how you can do it, keep watching. A lot of people think that SEO is not important or it is really difficult to rank using SEO. This is partly because most people don't know how to use SEO. You don't really have to be an expert and you can just take care of the basics and it will help you immensely in ranking your website higher. But because people think and have a perception that SEO is really technical, it is really difficult to use. This is not entirely true. Let's look at how you can use SEO in a very simple manner and still have some really fantastic results. SEO or search engine optimization is the process of optimizing your website or content with the aim of improving your rankings in Google search, for example, and getting you more unpaid or organic traffic. This focuses purely on organic traffic, which is unpaid and does not include your paid ads or PPC. SEO is basically the visibility of your website or your web page in a search engine's unpaid results. Lots of people are searching for lots of things on internet, and this could be really powerful for your business because not only there are a lot of people, but also there could be traffic which is specifically intended for your product or service. If, for example, you own a hotel in London, it makes a lot of sense to be actually optimizing your website for that keyword hotels in London rather than optimizing it for a very broad term like simply hotels. Using longer forms of keywords or long-tailed keyword can really help in any kind of business. It could be in any particular niche, it could be an article, it could be a vlog, it could be about a particular area, and this can apply to anything that you use online. Now, it is a known fact that most of the traffic online is generated through search engine, and therefore it is really important to understand the basics of how you can use the search engine to get traffic for free to your website or your content. Ranking in search engine usually leads to traffic that is consistent and passive. And unlike paid ads, this search traffic is free. It is really important because getting paid ads, using paid ads to get traffic to your website can be really expensive. SEO is all the action that you do to make Google give your website or your content a higher quality score and help you rank higher in the desired search query. Some of the basic things that you should do to rank higher is get your website a good domain name, which means the domain name has to be simple, not too long, easy to remember, and it should not use characters like numbers or any other characters. To create a website, it is not essential to be able to code. You can use website platforms like Wix or WordPress, which can help you create a very beautiful, creative website very simply, and it is most of the times free. Another important thing that you should consider is using a good web hosting platform. I've shared a link to a couple of web hosting platforms which I have personally used and I found them to be really reliable, reputable, and very high quality. Do check them out because it is really important that the choice of your web hosting platform can determine the stability of your website and how reliable it is. Before we go ahead, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel and also click on the notification icon so that you know every time I come up with new videos. Now let's look at some of the key important factors to develop your SEO. The first and the most important perhaps is keyword research or keyword targeting. Before you actually start optimizing your website or your content, you need to identify what is it exactly that you would like your content or your website to be optimized for. This means finding out the terms people are searching for or keywords that you want your website or content to rank for in Google search or other search engines. Keyword research should be your very first step on your journey of SEO. Understanding what your potential clients are looking for is the very basis of any keyword research process. Unless you know this, there is absolutely no way you can even begin to start creating websites and web pages that will actually get you the valuable traffic that you're looking for. There are a few key factors that you want to take into account before determining what are the keywords that you want to target for on your website. First is the search volume, which basically means the number of searches for that particular query. Higher the volume, higher is your potential audience. Next is the relevance of the keyword, which means how relevant is that particular keyword for your business. Well, if you have hotels in London, well, that could be pretty relevant for you. But what about things like 5-star hotels in London or business stays in London or hotels for families in London? Is that relevant for you? If yes, then you might want to consider them as well on your website. Next is competition, which means how competitive is a keyword. Is there a high search volume for it? If there is high search volume, it is very likely that a lot of people are actually trying to target that keyword. The higher the search volume or higher the competition, the more difficult it is going to be for you to rank using that keyword. So you have to take all these factors into consideration before actually finalizing and selecting your final keywords that form the basis of your keyword research. If you're interested in knowing the best ways to rank in 2021, you can check out this video here. So the next obvious question is, how do you find the right keywords? Let's look at some methods of actually doing research for you. The first step would be to come up with your core keywords, the keywords that will form the basis of getting relevant keywords from that bunch. The easiest way to start with is using Google itself. So Google search suggestions is something that you can start using to form the basis of your keywords. Now, these suggestions that you get when you're actually searching for something are the queries that people have actually put in while looking for something. This could be extremely relevant to your niche, and you should start using that. The other thing, as an extension of that, is at the bottom of the page you get the related search results. Now, these are also suggestions that Google will give you about the search that you've put in, and these are also searches that people have actually used for terms that you want to maybe rank for. This will help you understand what people are actually looking for in your particular niche, as these are real searches that people have used on Google. You must consider using keyword research tools. Now, the most important and the most basic keyword research tool is absolutely free of cost, is the Google Keyword Planner. You can use this on your website and you can start searching for the keywords that you want to rank for. This will give you an idea of what is the competition, what are the monthly searches, and if actually it makes sense for you to rank for something like this. While Google Keyword Planner is really good, but obviously it has certain limitations because it is absolutely free for you to use. Apart from Google Keyword Planner, there are so many other tools that are available in the market. They come up with a lot of features. A lot of them are free, but obviously the free ones come with limited features. So you might want to consider using the paid keyword research tools. Some of them are really fantastic and they will really help you not only find your keywords that are relevant for your website or the content that you want to rank for, but will help you in a lot of ways. I have shared a link to one of those keyword research planning tool in the description, and you might want to check it because this is some of the best keyword research available in the market. Using these tools will not only help you determine keywords, but it'll tell you about what is the competition. Can you or should you be actually ranking for this? What is the complexity of ranking in this? And they'll give you a lot more information about not only your keywords, but you can also use them to find out your competitors' keywords. For example, if you have a competitor who is ranking really high on Google, you might want to spy on the keywords that they are using. So these kind of tools can actually help you to find out keywords those guys are using as well. These tools will help you find out what your competition is using and also give you a lot of metrics and other tools that will help you immensely with your keyword research process. Also, your aim is to always remember that you want to rank for something that has a high search volume but low competition, because then it will be easier for you to actually target that and rank on those keywords. Now that you've created the list of your core keywords, the next step is on-page SEO. Now, it's not enough to have just a list of keywords. Now you have to actually start using it within your content. It's not just about placement. You can't simply put in keywords randomly across your page. You have to actually create each page targeting a particular core keyword. This involves not only using the correct keywords, but also using it in a way and in the language that your target audience or your potential customer is actually using online to search for something like this. You need to understand the intent of the user. User intent is a big thing on Google right now. You have to create content in a manner that you think your audience might intend to consume it. Just because you're using the right kind of keywords on your web page or your website or your content doesn't mean Google will start actually ranking your website a particular search. It entirely depends to a very large extent now on the intention of the user. So if your customer is trying to learn about something, Google will not rank a site that is trying to sell something to the customer. Irrespective of what kind of keywords you use on your site, even if you think that it is relevant for you, but if the searcher's intent is not what you're providing, your site will not be ranked for that. So make sure that you know what is the intent of your consumer when you're actually creating your web page, and use the kind of language and the kind of keywords that you think your consumer or your customer will use or intend to use when they're searching for your content. Next part of on-page SEO is to use relevant information in your title tags. Now, title tags are the blue clickable links that you see under the search results. This gives further information to Google about your website and helps it rank. This should be followed up with a precise meta description about your product or your web page. Now, meta description are the first two lines that you see under your search results, and this is a fantastic opportunity to actually describe your product or services, and also is relevant for your user intent. Apart from this, of course, the content of your website is really important. Try to use your keywords in content in such a manner that it becomes really engaging, so in the sense that it answers the queries and questions that people are actually searching your content for. Also, the new algorithm actually favors longer content, so make sure that you have content which is in a longer format, but make sure it's unique. Don't copy something from somebody else and use it directly. So it should be long, it should be unique, and this will give you an opportunity to put in a lot of keywords, place them properly across the content that you have on your page. One of the most ignored ways of actually keyword search or ranking on a website is optimizing your pictures or images. People don't think it is important, people actually ignore them altogether, but your images can actually work as keywords. So when you're uploading an image, make sure, first of all, obviously it's not too heavy so that the website loads faster. The other thing is that you should always put a little description about that image that you're using, because these can be used as keywords when people are searching for something. By using the alt text in the images, this will also help Google to actually crawl your website for the relevant keyword, and this will help you rank higher. Last but not the least, backlinks. Backlinks are links from other websites. Make sure you have real backlinks, not fake ones. You can obviously buy fake links, but this will just be very detrimental for your website. You should try and get backlinks from authority websites like universities, newspapers, government websites, and other websites. There are so many other ways of actually getting these links, but that's another topic for another video actually. But make sure you have real, varied, high quality links for your website. All right, so this has been a very general overview about what SEO is and what are the methods you can use to actually help rank your website. I hope you really found value in this. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and also click on the notification icon. And thank you very much for watching this video again. And always remember that if you really want it, it is digitally possible.